family. Most High Christ bless. Officer Benjamin, I have here with me.
Officer Jalil.
And
Officer Mikiel.
Another episode cuts from the street. We out here, Savannah, Georgia, Orange Crush, and the Tybee Island. We're going to engage with the minds of the people, talk about some current events, see where their minds is at. Hopefully somebody gets edified. Shalom.
More than 6,000 partygoers out here for the annual Orange Crush weekend, despite some pushback from locals after last year's events and an increased law enforcement presence on the island this year.
Orange Crush, we out here. It's crazy.
Tybee is at max capacity this weekend, and the crowds keep coming and coming.
The behavior's been pretty good, actually. We've responded to a few medical calls with the Tybee Island authorities, and that's pretty much the extent of what we've done.
There were some protesters at the boardwalk voicing their displeasure with the Orange Crushers' choice to party, but they were contained, and police said they weren't worried about them causing issues.
They're here preaching their message. Some people receive it, some people ignore it, but in general, everyone's getting along fairly well.
There are several other events planned for this Orange Crush weekend, but the main event for today is here on Tybee for this beach party.
We are a hated nation.
But we've been a hated nation.
But God is saying...
The world could have ended during slavery. It could have ended during World War I or II.
No, slavery was prophesied to happen. Slavery had to happen first, and then this is coming after.
Slavery of America?
Slavery, do you know that slavery's in the Bible?
Slavery is in the Bible, but prophesizing the specific slavery, the transatlantic slave trade, I don't think that was in the Bible.
All right, let's get it. Deuteronomy. Hey, let's listen.
American.
I hear you, sis. I hear you, sis. So I'm gonna give you two verses. I'm gonna give y'all two verses to show that slavery's in the Bible. And let's look at this flyer too. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Let's look at this flyer, right? We're gonna look at this flyer. Now check this out. This is Deuteronomy 28:15. I'm gonna read three verses real quick. Deuteronomy 28:15.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So now this is real quick. This is Moses in the wilderness. You ever heard that story when he told Pharaoh, hey, let my people go? The people that he's talking to is the 12 tribes of Israel right here today. So he's saying now that I redeemed you out of the hand of Pharaoh, if you don't keep my commandments, these curses is only going to happen to you. Now let's read what some of the curses are. Verse 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Wait a minute. Moses is saying we're going to serve our enemies. Well, how am I going to serve my enemy? Keep going.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
God is sending me to serve my enemy. How?
In hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he,
which is our enemy, listen real closely, he, which is our enemy,
shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee.
So the enemy that we're going to serve in food, clothing, nakedness, one of all things, he's also going to put yokes of iron on our neck until we're destroyed. How will we be destroyed? We won't know our nationality, our identity, our heritage. We would say, I don't have no enemies. We would say, slavery's not in the Bible. That's forms of us being destroyed.
We out here at Orange Crush, right? What y'all think the men out here are looking for with the sisters?
Ain't no telling, yo.
What they out here looking for?
They be different. It depends, yo.
This y'all first time, right?
Yeah. But like,
Elaborate.
Man. Like, so
What?
it depends, really.
All right, now, Cash, let me ask you a question. What y'all sisters out here looking for with the men?
Whatever happened on the beach, just stay on the beach. Tight, whatever happened.
Y'all look like some good Christian sisters, right? Y'all some good God-fearing sisters, right? Huh? So whatever happens on the beach, stay on the beach. Now, y'all believe in the Bible, right? Let me ask you this. Do you think God is pleased with wherever happens on the beach, stay on the beach? Come on, okay, talk to me.
No,
You gotta be
but
real with yourself.
hey, we just.
Hold on, say that again.
We know how far to take it. We don't get crazy. crazy.
All right, bet. Now watch this right here, right? Y'all know how far to take it, but do you think the men know how far to take it?
Back-to-back party weekends on Tybee Island sent more than 20 people to jail. Not all of the arrests are all that shocking, but some of them certainly are. There's this traffic stop from last Saturday where officers found 4 guns and bags of marijuana in a car. A day earlier, police took possession of an assault rifle and pistol with an extended magazine. Those are among 9 of the guns we know police seized during the 2 weekends of unpermitted parties.
Do you think that the way the sisters dress out here at the Orange Crush is necessary?
I mean, like, they showing their bodies. They fine.
This is their time in between. You know, they have their week off for spring break. It's time to let loose. If they're hitting the books and studying and making themselves better people, they need a release.
So if it's spring break, that gives them a chance to come outside and dress like hoods.
Stop thinking about school, take a break, be human, and enjoy yourself and have fun. Be a kid again. The alcohol, the drugs, the sex, it's all part of growing up, I guess. I mean, if they're doing safe sex, that's wonderful. I'd rather see safe sex than guns and knives.
How about safe sex and wait till your marriage?
No, that's just, man, that's a little too far right for me.
Y'all believe in the Bible?
Oh, yeah.
So, I see the cross.
Oh, yeah, I believe in God.
You believe it? You believe in the Bible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So, with all this right here, you think if Christ came back right now?
Oh, we gone.
Huh?
Oh, but we gone.
We gone?
That big. Boy, you know how much sin we doing out this mother? Oh, boy, we gone, boy. He gonna scoop. There ain't no judgment day for our ass. That taking us to the hell. Just being real, but.
Okay. And so, all praise, he ain't coming back today.
Now check this out, verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So now when we was in Egypt, we was in bondage. But Moses say, hey, you're going to go back into Egypt, meaning bondage, this time in cargo slave ships. Keep reading.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there,
once when we get off those slave ships,
ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
When it says no man shall buy thee, that means no one will be able to redeem us even till today.
You know, the last thing Dr. King said to me before he was murdered, Martin said, you know, I sit here deeply concerned that I suspect we are leading our nation on an integration trip that has us integrating into a burning house. Most of the politicians I know of make promises only to walk into the places of power and then deny us. I guess part of the reason I'm here is to really look through the ravages of the Democratic Party and see if anything is really worth salvaging.
Martin Luther King can redeem us. Malcolm X didn't redeem us. Hell, Barack Obama didn't redeem us. So now what we just read, that was Bible prophecy, because remember verse 15 says it shall come to pass.
Today, Vladimir Putin reveals to the world a secret that European has been hiding from African for more than a millennium, that Jesus was black.
Y'all watch the news?
No, not really.
All right. Who watches the news today? So, are y'all familiar with Vladimir Putin?
Yeah.
Okay. You know now, we were just talking about Jesus on a side note. He was bringing out the revealing of Jesus. Are you aware of that?
The what?
The revealing of Jesus Christ.
Vladimir Putin showed
That Christ is a black man. Are you aware of that?
I've seen that. Yeah. I've seen
Okay, what about you?
No.
No, you didn't see it.
I saw it.
So what are your thoughts on that?
I already knew Jesus was black
You already knew. How you knew?
because he's literally from Jerusalem. It's from Africa.
Let me ask y'all some questions real quick. Who is Vladimir Putin?
Who is what?
Who is Vladimir Putin? You don't know? Who is Vladimir Putin?
I ain't pay attention to school.
You ain't pay attention? Damn, you ain't have to go to school to know who he is. He in the news. Who the president of Russia? You don't know? You know who Vladimir Putin is?
Yeah, he's the Russian president.
All right. So what did he just do that shocked the whole world? What did he just unveil? What was it?
Nah, you probably gotta put us on game though.
So he just opened the vault. Y'all know that?
The vault to what?
He just opened the vault with a whole bunch of like hidden history and stuff in there, right?
I believe it. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie, I believe it. You feel me? You know, a lot.
Let me ask you this: who used to rule? Who was ruling in Russia before them?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't even.
You don't know? Y'all familiar with the Dark Ages?
Nah, not really, bro. They don't teach us that in school though.
They don't. They don't.
They don't teach us something.
Why you think they call it the Dark Ages?
You feel me? That was like the darkest times, you feel me, in like U.S. history, you feel me, or even probably like the world history, you feel me?
Well, it was mainly over there in Europe and stuff like that. But they called it the Dark Ages because dark people was ruling. You understand what I'm saying? We ruled in Russia before they did.
I have here with me
Andy
and
Ron.
Okay. The topic of discussion we're going over is current events. Vladimir Putin saying that Jesus Christ is a black man. Did y'all hear about that?
Putin thinks Jesus was a black man. Okay,
Yes,
well,
sir.
he was kind of black. He's from
dark-skinned. There's an Arabic dark-skinned world. The Jews, the Arabs, they were all dark back then.
They weren't white.
Yeah.
Well,
their names weren't John and Michael and Peter.
Septimius Severus ruled. The black people began to rule the Roman Empire. That's why from 193 AD we got here. Then, 1453, the fall of Constantinople by Ottoman Turks. That's when the Europeans began to go from. That's when the Europeans began to come back in power, the Caucasians, because what? They dwelt in an area called the Caucasus Mountains. So remember this. Rome, 193 AD, they come back in power in 1453. So the project is iconoclasm. That means breaker of images. Right here, you're gonna see dark images of Jesus Christ and his mother. The images of the prophets and the apostles, they were always painted dark-skinned people. It was the time of 1453 when they started to paint over them as Caucasian people. But they were always painted as dark people. And that's what I'm gonna show you in all these books. This book right here, you're gonna see more images of the prophets, and all of them being painted as dark-skinned men. Because a lot of times in class, in history, we always learn, when we see people like Septimius Severus, Charlemagne, the Anglo-Saxons, we always see them as these were great famous Caucasian men, when these were really black men that ruled. Rome, the Byzantine Empire, was ruled by black men. So now go to page 37. This here is this is a scene from the Bible called the Transfiguration. And when you see the prophets, you're gonna see them as men of color. Notice here his garment is white, but the skin complexion on the prophets, they're all dark-skinned men. Because when you read the scriptures, you always read about the prophets. They always describe themselves as dark-skinned men. And our forefathers, black men, they painted them as that image of being men of color. But what happened? Remember this. 1453, the Renaissance.
The Department of Homeland Security conducting a raid at a house in Holmby Field Hills, believed to be connected to Sean Combs, the rapper and music executive, perhaps being linked to a sex trafficking investigation.
Sean Diddy Combs, as I suggested, I told you when this started, it is only going to go in one direction, which is down. He is in the crosshairs of controversy, and it is growing. A new lawsuit just filed against Combs by another woman.
Now, I say all of that because what's the main stream that's getting buzz right now in the media? It's an entertainer. He has a lot of money.
Did he?
There we go. You see? Do you know that? No. You didn't know about that? No. I don't know what you watch. I don't know. So you ain't heard nothing about the controversy with Diddy?
Nope. What?
All right, so I'm engaged with my sister right here, but we still gonna bring you in though.
Okay.
What's going on with P. Diddy right now?
P. Diddy locked up on that.
He locked up? Why?
On that little freaky shit he was doing.
What's going on with P. Diddy right now?
He a gay dude.
He gay? All right, okay. This is what I want you to think about. Out of all the questions I asked, the most you knew about was Diddy. That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
You think it's supposed to be like that?
Not for real, for real.
Nah, you see? Hey, you gotta do some soul searching, man. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff that's going on and all you knew about was Diddy out of everything I just asked. You gotta pay attention, man. It's a lot going on out here. You understand what I'm saying? Pay attention. All right, what's your name? Kevon? All right, what's your name? What? Essie. All right. Think about that. What's going on with P. Diddy right now?
A whole lot of
Shit, boy, who? I'm just saying, man, I don't even want to say free that man, because that man is doing some crazy wild out man.
What's up? What's going on with him? Just what is it? Just say.
shit. I guess he was sexual trafficking and shit.
All right.
That's the allegations, you feel me?
I don't know, but that's what they say.
You want to know what's crazy? You know about that, but you ain't know about Vladimir Putin.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
They gonna want us to know some shit that we don't really need to know, but the shit we need to know, they ain't gonna tell us, man.
Do y'all believe in the Bible? Yeah. So now, I'm going to bring out one chapter, a very important chapter, that I want y'all to meditate on, especially you. Okay. Because you just said you find in Jesus, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to bring out a chapter, very important chapter, of explaining why has all this happened, and what's the significance of Diddy. You said what?
Revelations?
Nah, we're not going to do Revelations. But Revelations is good, but we're not going to do Revelations. I want Matthew 24. Let me get Matthew 24. Oh, Matthews love you too. Let me get Matthew 24 and start at verse 3. Come on, read it. Read what you got.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of the coming of thy coming and of the end of the world?
So the disciples is asking Jesus Christ, what's the signs that's going to come of the end of the world? Because the world's going to come to an end. Do you believe that? Do you believe that?
Yeah, but Jesus said that we won't know when it comes.
But you're right. We won't know, but he's going to give us a sign, though. Do you agree?
Yeah.
All right, so let's listen to the sign.
Verse 4, and Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you.
So now the first sign that he said, take heed that no man deceive you. So the question would be, well, how will we be deceived?
Verse 5, For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
Now, when you think about that, we're being deceived today because there's one creator, but we have multiple religions. We have Baptists, Methodists, Seventh-day Adventists, Pentecostal, and then they'll paint Jesus as what? You say you know that he's what color?
Black.
But they paint him as what?
White.
So the first sign, he says, take heed that no man deceives you. Keep going.
Verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war.
And that's what we're seeing right now. Russia, Ukraine, Israel, wars and rumors of wars. Keep reading.
See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines.
And there's going to be famine going on. Now, when you think about that, price of eggs is like a carton is like almost $4 or $5 now. It's a famine. It's a shortage. Just like if you get bad weather, supermarkets, it's a famine. It's empty. Keep reading.
And pestilence.
Pestilence. We just had COVID-19 4 years ago. That's a sickness. Pestilence is a sickness, a disease. Keep going.
And earthquakes.
And earthquakes. We just had an earthquake last week.
In diverse places.
An earthquake in a diverse place. Like, who would have thought of an earthquake in New York? But remember, in the beginning that we read, these are the signs to come. Keep going.
All these things are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. And you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
And that's what we are being hated right now. We're the last hired, we're the first fired, we're getting judged for the color of our skin. 4 years ago, we just seen a black man with a knee on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds.
Cuts from the streets. Cuts from the streets. Cuts from the streets. Cuts from the streets. Cuts from the streets.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is